All right, welcome back, Booch's Garage. So thought I'd do a little update on this car I'm taking apart here. I am starting to get the differential off. Just kind of want to show what you have to do to kind of get these axle shafts off and how difficult this is to get the differential. First off, this is pretty much impossible without a lift. So if you noticed here, I had took off the unhooked the sway bar, and then unhooked the e-brake, brakes, took off the caliper, the rotor. Then there's this little nut here that holds the axle shaft in, and then you pound that out, kind of breaks it loose, and then and then you can pull it out. It's a pain in the ass because it fits in there pretty tight. I have found it's easier just to cut the damn thing in half because the new ones you put in actually articulate more. So you can see on the other side kind of what it looks like when it's complete. Before you take it apart, you can see you got to take up the caliper, take off the rotor, and then there's the brake line, and then e-brake you take apart, and then there's the axle shaft. Like I said, I actually just cut it in half. I'm going to work on that one next. And then you actually got to undo the shock to lower the that whole rear support subframe there, and then there's the sway bar. I actually did a video showing how to clean up the sway bar and everything on a 560. Never did on one of these monsters. Then I'm going to take off the drive shaft and back, and then I already got the nuts off on the top, holding it to the subframe. It should come up pretty easy. This is a pain in the ass. I don't know if I would ever do this again, but difference is worth quite a bit of money. So I thought I'd give an update, show how difficult it is. It is a pain in the butt, and I've done this a few times on some other cars, and this is one where you definitely get a case of beer and take your time. It definitely needs some jacks. Notice I got 2 center jacks using it to raise and lower everything. I think you can use some other those smaller pump jacks, whatever. So I'm going to actually put this wheel back on. This is a scrapper car, obviously. So I'm going to put the rotor back on and the wheel and raise that back up. I'm not going to reconnect anything. It doesn't really matter at this point. And then I'm going to start doing this side because you got to be able to, I'm going to need to drop it back down to take apart the drive shaft and get the transmission and everything. So there's a quick update on the 350. I guess I'll show you what I've did in front here since I got the camera out. I did actually, it's up on the lift here, took out the rear seat, and you actually got to get to there to take the shock off. I take the shock off just to drop down the, drop down that whole rear, this whole rear support area. Seats are actually quite nice. I'm gonna probably sell those. They're actually pretty good, but don't know how much demand there is for, seats for 350 SLC. So in the front here, you can see I actually took the radiator off, getting it rebuilt. It's pretty cool because they actually have a built-in oil cooler in them. And then I just started taking apart some top end stuff a little bit here and there. Haven't really done a whole lot to turn into this yet. So that's all for now. I will update when I got something fun, exciting. I'll update you. That's all. Adios. Goodbye. I did want to do one little small update here. So it's pretty funny in this car. The guy's like, yeah, it doesn't run, it only runs by putting gas directly into the carburetor. Well, here's the problem here. That's what happens when you have the car sits for, I don't know how many years it's sat, but I'm guessing close to 20 or 30 from the license plate. And I took off this hose coming out from the fuel pump, and it was just dripping. So took off the strainer, and look what we found. This is what happens when you have a car that's been sitting. Oh god, the fuel smells so bad. So what I would recommend is whenever you do your fuel pump or anything, and this is the original part, change this out. It's quite easy. It unscrews nice and easy, and clean them up. It's kind of trash. So that's another little update.